Hey everyone, I hope you guys are enjoying Monster Hunter Rise Sunbreak and whichever platform you're choosing to play it on. And today I wanted to go ahead and talk about a little bit of a surprise drop that we did end up getting, and that was essentially the second brand new event quest that we ended up getting this week. It's a little bit of a surprise because we were expecting it to be one of the final week quest type of things. Since they are dropping 2 quests per week, they have decided to do that. We were expecting this one to be as part of the dual quest that we are going to get next week. We kind of already know what one of them is going to be, but we were kind of expecting that one to go ahead and drop next week. Instead, they ended up dropping it this week. If you still don't necessarily know how to get your hands on any sort of event quests or downloadable item packs, all you need to do is make your way down to a Steelworks or an Elgato, speak to the courier cat, go all the way down to the add-ons options, and claim anything that's labeled in white, whether it is free event quests or free item packs for PlayStation, Xbox, and Windows players, which they continue to get free goodies in that regard. Nintendo Switch and Steam players, however, are getting the last 2 sets of weeks. Next week, I believe, is the last set of pretty much drops that we're set to get for Sunbreak. So, you know, they are celebratory in one way or another. And the second event quest that we got this week, yesterday I spoke about the first one. The second is another hazard quest. So we got, for the first time ever, 2 hazard quests back to back on the same week. And this time is a hazard quest versus 2 furious Rajangs called Hazard Swole Semian Sullies. So this is a quest that we kind of already knew about, I believe, heading into the 5th free title update. So we've known about this quest for quite a while, but it was one of those things like, because of the 2 monsters you're going to be fighting and basically the same one, we were expecting it to pretty much get dropped as the final week, essentially next week. But they ended up dropping it this week. Now, this being a brand new hazard quest, and the fact that we already had a normal Rajang hazard quest, it did make it very interesting for me specifically to see just what kind of new twist that would go ahead and put for this monster. Remember, the original Rajang ended up just being a normal furious Rajang, because Rajang normally is not powered up all the time. That specific version of Rajang was just powered up the entire time. He spent a lot of time in the air, a lot of just, you know, air combos that he did, and it wasn't really that much of a challenge. It was just a furious Rajang that just kind of like jumped in the air a little bit, but that was pretty much it. So it wasn't that much of a challenge. It was just kind of like a downer at the end of the day. This time around, though, not only do we get a hazard, so essentially is a brand new version of this monster with brand new couple of combos, which you're going to be going over in a second. The fact that it has higher health, higher damage, higher resistances. These 2 seem to have an issue with like not necessarily being easily poisoned. I noticed that. I saw a couple of people with poison weapons. They were not able to poison them at all. I don't know if he just completely has poison resistances, but you can't quite para him all that easily as well. Shock traps won't necessarily work all that well, if at all. And also you can drop some pitfall traps, but it really depends if he's actually willing to step on them. Now, one of the things that I did specifically notice is the fact that while he doesn't focus neither one of these 2, because you're going to be fighting both of them at the same time, you do have the gate, so you can actually take advantage of the gate if you want to take advantage of that and be popping it, I believe, every 30 seconds or so, if you can kind of split them up. And I would actually suggest one person takes one and the other 3 focus on the other one. One of the things you're actually going to notice is that they do kind of like fight a lot in the air, but one of the things that they do, and this is something that Luna Garen did, the Hazard Luna Garen that we just got, did also very well as well, was the fact that the range attacks that this one does, not only are they more powered up than any of his normal attacks, but he kind of relies on them. Both of these 2 monsters kind of rely on those ranged attacks. So you're gonna notice that he kind of like does the big jump attack, the big Blanca kind of like spin directly forward, spins directly into the ground. He charges that up instantly into, he pounds the ground and sends 3 or 4 shockwaves into the ground. They kind of split the ground, and then lightning comes out of them. You're going to see him do that combo quite often. Both of these Furious Rajangs are going to do that same combo quite a lot. So essentially what it means is that not only does he want to tackle you and pretty much abuse that, because he has massive range, he's just going to go up pretty much across the map, but you're also he's gonna follow that up instantly with that kind of like AoE attack type of situation. So he's gonna do that a lot. Another one you're going to notice him to do is, of course, a hyper beam attack, the lightning beam. He'll do that a couple of times in the fight. You're not going to escape it. And one of the things you should be able to pay attention to is whenever he does the double power up. So essentially, you're going to notice him do the normal power up. He roars, he gets ready. It begins to like get more lightning around his body again. Super Saiyan type stuff we've seen from Dragon Ball. That's where the memes come from and all of that. But then you're also going to notice that he has another stage. So he'll power up again and he has even more lightning around his body. And it just stays there permanently. The original one kind of eventually fades away. This one just stays there on his body constantly. And you actually see it when he powers up. The lightning kind of embodies his whole body. There's like a flash of light across the map. You see it very clearly, and you know at this point in time he's ready to do kind of like his ultimate combo. So he'll keep doing those same range combos that you noticed before, but you're also going to notice that he's going to do he'll pick up the rock, the big heavy rock that he loves to do. He'll throw that. The range on that thing is way bigger. The rock is also bigger as well, so you're going to notice that it does have a lot of like ground that it covers even more. But more importantly, whenever he does that, because again, Furious Rajan, this specific version, well, the original version of him, just the normal Master Rank version that we got to see when Sunbreak came out, you did notice that he had kind of like that, again, the Blanca kind of like spin in the air. He did zigzag directly forward and then zigzag directly back. He kind of does his zigzag one way and then the other one. And he takes his, you know, he kind of like Paul drivers kind of like in the middle of the air type of thing. Is really silly the way that it looks. I've seen a lot of people post screenshots of the way it actually looks before he tackles you essentially mid-air. One of the things you're going to notice that not only is the range this time around extremely long, but he's also very fast in the recovery. So when he lands, he'll turn around and then quickly do it again, way faster than you would have noticed it before. So it's one of those things where like you don't really want to get caught up. I would actually suggest you silk bind, you move, you evade pretty much instantly, especially if you kind of lose them through the camera. You're not necessarily too sure. I got caught up in that attack one time because I simply just lost him in the camera and I didn't see him coming. So pretty much I got used to the fact that whenever he did it, I wasn't sure if he was going to target me next because he does change targets. So just avoid it and get out of the way, just dodge. Essentially, he should be able to miss you. Chances are he's going to readjust in the middle. He's not going to do that. He goes directly one direction, so you should be able to avoid that. So this is not only a fun fight because you get to do it once, but you also get to do it again right back in that arena. Again, you can trap him once you're done. You should be able to drop a pitfall trap him if you want. Trap one, kill the other. You should be able to do that with ease. Now, the reason why you want to do this quest, and you're going to end up doing this quest multiple times, I know I did, I ended up doing it 4 times, that is because you're looking for the buff badge plus. Whenever you finish the quest, keep your eyes peeled at the quest bonus rewards. That is the third line from top to bottom, the last green line that you should be able to see right above broken part rewards, and you're looking for a rarity 10 orange scroll called buff badge plus. It says proof of testing your limits in the name of perfection. Show the smithy and ... exclamation mark, question mark. So this one you're gonna need about 4 of them, and that is because you're gonna be crafting the powered up version of the buff armor. As you make your way back into town, speak to the smithy, tap to the right in the layered armor options, and there you should be able to see the I believe it's called the extreme buff body armor set. It's an orange set right there, and you are looking not only to use the buff badges, so you're going to need 4 of them, but you're also going to be spending a lot of Furious Rajan parts. So again, you're doing this quest, you're going to get plenty of them. You're going to get the extremely buff chest, you're going to get the arms, I believe the other one is called the waist, and then boots, or legs. So you should be able to get that. They have really funny icons and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, man, your character is gonna look extremely buff and very, very powerful. Now, for me personally, you saw my gameplay. I used the other one, the original muscle armor kind of thing, the top one. This one I'm not too crazy for. My character looks way too buff. Not too comfortable with that, but of course it's a player's choice. So a lot of those fashion hunters are going to be very, very happy to be able to see that. And at the end of the day, for me personally, I'm very happy with the last few weeks of event quests that we have been receiving. I think Capcom has been doing a bang up job, and we have one more week, unless there's a surprise or something, which there always is. You know, there's a very good chance that we might end up getting a surprise drop at some point in the future. But for now, we're just waiting for one more week of a pair of really awesome hazard quests that should be dropping next week. But that's about all the information that I have for you guys today. If you're brand new to my channel, be sure to leave a like and subscribe. Hit the bell to receive notifications when the videos go up. And as always, thank you so much for watching. See ya.